So this is I would say, the code demo of the agent I built. For the demo purposes, I have to mention that I already pre-vectorized the code, the database. I will show that in a moment because it kind of takes much API resources, so I'll not show that on the video. But the process here is that first of all, I already have the code in database now. The idea is that I use the tool for the code extraction. For this case, for example, code store classic search, and classic search in my case would be the search by location, for example, search by the file path. Because in the database I store not only the code content itself, but also the file path. So I will approve this. Then we will wait for the response from the API. We see that this tool, it responds with a kind of very detailed description of the file. It has a repository name, file type, file link, file name, and also the contents, which is like extremely important in this case. The next step would be using the query tool to get the requirement document. And there, this is where we would describe what should our program do in order to test it. So it already knows that the requirement tool is located, the requirements are located in the resources, and I'll just approve that so that we can get these. And you see that it read the requirements from the requirement documents, and it's quite short for this specific use case, but I plan to develop it further in the future, that it can take very huge and very difficult requirement in business logic cases. But for the demo purpose, this is just fine. The next step would be combining it all together and giving this information, both code and the requirements, to the unit test tool. For this demo, I only managed to develop the unit test generation, but in my future plans would be creating more advanced test scenarios like integration tests or acceptance tests. Like these are quite hard and really context specific, so that's why advanced business logic querying and high understanding of the code base is crucial. So while we are waiting here, I would maybe show you how I pre-vectorize the database. And I did this process, the exact same process here. And the idea was that I provided the repository, Git repository in this case, which I would like to get code from. And then I launched the process. So I have the tool code store update, which essentially extracts all the contents, all the files from the Git repository, and vectorizes it and stores it into the VV8 database. And then, here just for demonstration purposes, I asked it to extract some code just to show it, just to test it. But as you see, there are many features. How can we read the code? It's both by all code, the latest code, for example, from the latest commit in this case, codes by semantic search with some context, code by classic search location, and this is all possible. So coming back to this part, we now can generate the unit tests, and it asks for our approval. So here comes the interesting part. The thing is that even though there was like an error maybe in providing the code to the code generation tool, the ChatGPT itself, GPT-4 model itself, it knows where may be the problem, and it may provide like solutions. For example, in one of the previous runs which I did, even though there was like a problem with some escape characters inside the code, it managed to fix it itself and generate the test case just fine, just like that. And this is the true power. Somewhere where a human may make a mistake, the model is really smart and knows what to do best. So I'll approve it for the second time. We'll see what happens. And as you can see, it fixed the error. It found where is the problem, and it generated the test code for us. In this case, is a Python PyTest code. And we'll see. So the next tool would be generating the reports and sending it to email. But as this may take a lot of time, we will see if we can manage to place this in this video.